Chatters, what is good? Today we are finally checking out Inbred by Ethel Cain. Guys, we just listened to what quite possibly is album of the year. Willoughby Tucker, I'll Always Love You. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, that album has been on repeat for me. Every single song, for the most part. I'm not gonna lie, not the Willoughby instrumentals. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been listening to those. But the songs with lyrics I've been playing on repeat, and especially Dust Bowl. I wish I was smoking that shit Yo Daddy used to in Vietnam and whatnot. But yeah. Anyways, we're checking out Inbred. I've never listened to this album before. You guys have been hyping it up and saying it's kind of different and saying there's like, it's just a different side to Ethel Cain. And so I'm excited to see. But yeah, anyways, guys, if you do enjoy this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys haven't seen my Willoughby Tucker video, go check it out. I just posted it like 5 days ago from today. Not even, like 3, 2, 2.5. But yeah, let's get straight into it. We have Michelle Pfeiffer, featuring Lil Aaron. If y'all had a rapper name, would y'all put Lil at the start? I wouldn't, but anyways, song 1, Michelle Pfeiffer. She is so pretty. Hit me up if you see this. Okay. Okay. Damn. Okay. Damn. Okay. Okay. Michelle Pfeiffer. Okay. Good little intro track. I'm not gonna lie though, when I saw the name Lil Aaron, I was expecting like a different sound. A little more rap. You know, just the name that comes with Lil. But anyways, just with the song, I mean, it was kind of a ride. I don't really know how this is an EP project, album, how it ties into, or if it even does tie into, you know, Preacher's Daughter and Willoughby Tucker and whatnot. I'm not really sure how it wraps into the life of Ethel Cain, the character. But with the song Michelle Pfeiffer, it was a ride, low key. It kind of gave me like hazy, like late night energy, where like everything seems blurry and like foggy. Let me say that. But every single one of the emotions you're feeling is sharp. But I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really talk about it until last album, Willoughby Tucker, the last album I heard. And that is Ethel Cain's voice. Because I feel like in Preacher's Daughter, it's not the first thing you come to appreciate in that album. And Willoughby Tucker, I mean, really, you know, since I was less focused on, you know, a crazy story and crazy concept, I feel like I was there and able to listen to her voice and really appreciate it for how I should. And it's just so dreamlike, her voice. But then there's also like a little grit to it as well. You know what I mean? And I mean that in the best way. And then Lil Aaron, his verse just kind of slides right in, and his Lil Aaron's voice, it just meshed well, very well together, after Lil Aaron's verse and into the kind of mixing, and where, you know, they were singing at the same time and whatnot. Belonged in there. It was belonging. That's what I'll say. As an opener, it feels like, I feel like for all the albums kind of and projects and whatnot, it feels like she's handing you this map or this key kind of straight like to the door into her world. You know what I mean? And not telling you how dangerous what lies ahead is and what's on the map is. Did I cook? But I'm intrigued. That's what I'm getting at. I'm intrigued. But anyways, Crush, song 2.
Actually important, but he likes that shorted watch. I'm showing up wearing black and he knows that. His daddy's on death row, but I'll say it with his chest out. His friends moved out, he hasn't tried coke, but he's always had a problem
Okay. Sounds like a Lana ad-lib. Damn, okay. Okay, someone in the comments though on YouTube, please, if you have any lore about this and how this wraps into the other ones, or if it even does, someone just let me know, please. And like, comment, and subscribe. But this one was kind of deceptively like sweet in a way, but then there was like okay, on the surface it's like kind of light, catchy, a little bit of romantic, but then like there's kind of like an undercurrent of like sadness that makes it stick to you. I don't know if it was like the guitar tone, the lyrics, or what, but like it's like they got teeth. And like one side you're seeing the smile, and on another it's like biting into you a little bit. You know what I mean? Because good men die too, so I'd rather be with you. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. It's a good song. It's a good song. But I feel like I'm overanalyzing or trying to overanalyze a little bit. You know what I mean? Just because of her last projects, and especially Preacher's Daughter and whatnot. But this one to me kind of felt like you were remembering like a good time in your life or a good period in your life, and then like you're just thinking on it, but then kind of realizing how like maybe it wasn't as good as you thought. You know what I mean? Kind of messy and complicated, or you know, whatever it may be. But no, for me, this song is easily one of those where you just put on repeat, and like you can like, you know, you're doing a task or whatever, you play it, you put on repeat, and you can like listen to it for an hour and not realize that hour has gone by. Yeah, this was good. This was good. See, it has those little undertones too. Like it's a feel good. Like it has moments where it's feeling good. You know what I mean? Well, his friends move dope. It has good moments. Has good moments. Song 3, God's Country, featuring Wicca Phase. Springs. Eternal. Song 3. Okay.
Drive the pathway through the pines and the moors of mystery. Welcome conflict and let crisis come and shake the ground beneath. And the family's secret hiding in the farmhouse down the street. Rushes open door on your front porch and shadows me. Taken and entirely, I embrace the bonny beast. Over hills and highlands we rode hard the passing peaks. Danger like the virgin wife beside me, she would sleep. Sherry was her dad's truck that she crashed at 17. I kneel before what temper broke the branches on the beach. And those thrilling eyes and southern nights are always out of reach. I learned a lesson. I need to pray hard, final hours, take care of me, God. Take care of me,
Okay. That show was 8 minutes? That did not feel like 8 minutes. Okay. God's Country. Damn. Wicca Phase Spring. I'm pretty sure that just skipped like 2 seconds. But okay. Okay. Wait, let me go back. There's some lyrics. I'm not gonna lie, this song kind of reminded me of Strangers from Preacher's Daughter. Maybe it's because she's talking about what is it? Dog teeth? Your dog teeth sinking into me? In Strangers, and, the cannibalism and whatnot in Preacher's Daughter. Maybe that's why. But, this did kind of give, like, a little bit of Southern Gothic, too, at the same time. Southern Gothic cinema in song form. What Ethel Cain does really well, I find, is putting imagery into her songs, or, like, making the imagery easily to image. But yeah, it's like a little eerie, cinematic, and what Ethel Cain does best as well, kind of a little terrifying in a way. Her like ethereal voice just kind of gives me the image of driving down like a dirt road late at night in like a 2-door pickup truck. And like there's nothing but fields. But then there's something watching you from the trees or some shit. You know what I mean? It just feels like as this project has gone on, is an EP, has gone on, that the tension is just kind of building a little bit. But never kind of reaches its climax. That's good vocabulary, by the way. But yeah, I don't know if that makes it better or worse. Maybe it'll never reach its climax. I don't know. But this track to me is just kind of proof that Ethel knows like how to craft that kind of space, silence, imagery all at the same time and as a part of the song. And I like the feature. I'm not gonna lie. Wicca Phase caught me off guard for a second. That's just not the voice I was expecting. But it was good. And this song did not feel like 8 minutes. It did not feel like 8 minutes. I don't know. She does that well too. Actually, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it just didn't feel, that long. But anyways, song 4. Unpunishable.
Down bad and nasty, sacrificial angel, dirty slut with needs and a convocation on your room alone. Call me what you want and I'll be that. Sucking on his teeth, he needs it so bad. He's screaming parties over, go the fuck home. The darker the food, the sweeter. I ask him if he's okay with that. He's being mean. My baby says that he's not afraid of that. I say you're riding away, giving it up on top of him. He says how so, babe. He wants to know how. I'm too good for you, and it makes me need it even more.
Okay.
Is it love? It's yours. And I'm red and blue. Used and abused. It's still never enough. I'm unpunishable.
Okay.
Swollen up with envy, says I'm his favorite. Yeah, fucking better be. sight, out of sight. Show me where the exit and I'll be better.
That got my serotonin flowing. Okay, Unpunishable. I'm not gonna lie. I think that was my favorite song so far. I think it might have been. And just because of the end alone, just those last like 15 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I think it was my favorite though. That's not why. But it was kind of stunning. I'm not gonna lie. That one kind of just put me in my own head. I was still listening and whatnot, but I don't know. The pacing on it was just kind of hypnotic in a way, very deliberate. Like to me, that right there is like walking through an abandoned memory. You know what I mean? Like that just put me in a trance a little bit. And I feel like that one, the production was a little more sparse and like kind of just let her go crazy. You know what I mean? And it kind of made just the lyrics land harder to me. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but I don't know. Her storytelling is just like so vivid. I know I've really reflected on this a bunch, you know, the imagery and whatnot, but it really is. I feel like you can just feel the scene every time. Like to me, that was like faded wallpapers. And like, you know, those like tall like white blinds that like come down and like a sliding screen door, and like it's hot as hell, and like sun bleached flies, and I'm not talking Preacher's Daughter. You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of the imagery I get. But also like gloomy and dark at the same time. The weight of something in the air. But that one felt kind of deeply personal, I'm not gonna lie. But I also don't know how this wraps into the character of Ethel Cain and, you know, the other albums and whatnot, and other projects. But it just feels universal in the way that anyone who's like lived through, you know, something dark or traumatic or whatever it may be can feel it through their bones. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. But that was a good song, and I'm not gonna lie, it might have been my favorite so far, just on kind of like how it sounded to me. You know what I mean? But anyways, the title track. Is this song 5? I think we're over halfway now. That was 4. Yeah, we're on 5. Inbred. Okay. Song 5. Inbred. Title track. Ooh, a little eerie. The wind in my ears. Should I point a fan at me or something? That's how that normally works, I think. Actually, I don't know.
Pissing on the stove to put it up. Watching him through holes in his door. Soaking on the back of his leg to stay warm. Older brother made a name for himself with the cops. Scumbag fuck, but I swear that he's not. He's so good to me and to nobody else. So you should watch yourself. Mama's comatose, she can't leave the bed. Something smells rotten and it's starting to spread. I'm bad, he's worse. We're already dead. We're already dead. We wake up and all the fucking lights are out. You can't win 'em all.
Okay.
Who knows how much longer I'll lay on the floor? Touch me till I vomit. I'm not scared of God. I'm scared he was gone all along. Who will take the fall? Who of us is stronger? You just wanted more. If you could, you'd have fought it, but you know you're not. From the start, they knew you were wrong. You were wrong.
Okay. A little eerie.
Older brother made a name for himself with fits. White trash stick, but I love him to death. He's so good to me and to nobody else. So you can fuck yourself. You get off on innocence, so you say grace. Does your baby know her daddy's a rapist? He hates the way you look at me. You're already dead. You're already dead. If he wakes up, he'll show you what I'm talking about.
Damn.
Who knows how much longer I'll lay on the floor? Touch me till I vomit. I'm not scared of God. I'm scared he was gone all along. Who will take the fall? Who of us is stronger? You just wanted more. If you could, you'd have fought it, but you know you're not. From the start, they knew you were wrong. You were wrong. You were
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that was hella eerie, and that was crazy timing, Kim. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Okay. I feel like Haunting doesn't even begin to cover it. That was like soul sucking in a way. Pause. But yeah, I mean the title track. It feels like kind of the backbone, the spine to the whole EP, musically and theatrically. I don't know. It feels like there's this tension that won't ever be resolved, not quite resolved. Kind of like you're holding your breath. Like that's how I feel. That was crazy. And I mean the harmonies were unsettling, eerie. The kind that makes that gives you goosebumps. You know what I mean? That makes your hair stand. But yeah, that was unsettling to say the least. To quite literally say the least. But yeah, I mean, there was old, it sounded like there was old like church synths and hint like twisted into something like dark. You know what I mean? Um, the atmosphere of this whole song just kind of, or this song kind of changed the EP for me a little bit. I mean, I think we can all agree that this is the most daunting in a way, haunting. Good rhymes. But yeah, that one has me on the edge of my seat. This one feels straight out of, you know, Perverts. It really does. And even some of the darker parts, the latter half of Preacher's Daughter, you know. Damn. That's just as Ethel Cain coded. It really is. Okay. I don't know how I feel. I like the song. I feel like I like it for as much as you can like the songs with these lyrics. You know what I mean? Like, you like it, but like, I feel like, to me at least, it's like, how much can you really like it? You know what I mean? But yeah, that was very intriguing. Inbred, the title track. Song 6, is this the finale? Two-Headed Mother. Unless I'm tripping. I like this instrumental. Damn. 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 Okay. Intriguing. I don't know how I feel. This was a very interesting EP. But to speak on the last song, Two-Headed Mother. Like I said, I don't really know the lore behind this album. Or this EP, sorry. But that felt like the EP's exorcism in a way. It like starts off super slow and you're just listening to the eerie, feeling, the leery instrumental. And to go back on what I said, I don't remember exactly what I said, but a few songs ago I was like, when it kind of like turned, I think after Unpunishable, it had a little twist, I feel like. And I said it feels like there's something longing in the air. You know what I mean? And I feel like this latter half of the EP had that. But that last song, Two-Headed Mother, it was super slow, vulnerable. Like she's kind of emptying herself and us at the same time out completely. And the imagery is just so raw. It's, that Southern Gothic vibe. I mean, you can just see it from the album cover. But it's also like deeply personable. You know what I mean? Personal. In a way that makes you feel like you shouldn't even be here. You know what I mean? At least that's what I take from it. Like, you know what I mean? And the organ tones in that ending and, the aching pace just kind of makes it feel like something like lost in a way. You know what I mean? And as a closer, maybe because I don't know the lore, but it didn't give me like a neat resolution, especially like the other ones have, like a neat ending. It just kind of leaves you sitting in that wreckage a little bit, thinking about it, thinking back on it, thinking about everything you just heard. Pretty devastating, but I mean, in Ethel Cain's fashion, perfect in a way. But yeah, I like that EP a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It was only 30 minutes though. Is that the shortest thing she's ever put out in her life? Like, damn. Inbred. Definitely good. Definitely good. But I honestly don't feel like I'll listen to an EP. I mean, compared to the other albums, it felt like I just listened to a short film. Because obviously the other ones are like a full-on film, you know what I mean? So that one, I'll just call it a short film. I mean, in every right, it could be. I'm not going to overthink it. You guys know what I mean. But yeah, I just lived through a short film or like just moments that weren't mine, like I said. But now somehow belongs to me. Like, how did I get wrapped up in all this? Are we serious, Ethel Cain? But yeah, I mean, every track kind of is its own scene, its own setting. And together it kind of tells that dark story, that dark undertone that you expect from an Ethel Cain project. And just heavy in a way that it like stays with you, but keeps you attached to Ethel Cain at the same time. And yeah, I mean, that ending, it doesn't really let you walk away cleanly. It just kind of leaves you thinking, at least in my mind, it just leaves me thinking, and kind of an ache in your chest. Maybe that's just me though. But seriously, that's what I find so appealing from Ethel Cain. It's like the mark of an artist who's not just making music. She's, creating a whole world, inviting you in, and just, it doesn't leave you the same. You know what I mean? It just doesn't leave you the same way you came in. And so that's why I like a lot about Ethel Cain as well. But for me, I think my favorite was Unpunishable. Just kind of the emotional storytelling was really good. But I like all of them in their own regard. God's Country, that one was just kind of pure Southern Gothic too. Just that atmosphere. And Two-Headed Mother for me was kind of, it might be a recency bias, but I'm not gonna say it like that. But like, it was a pretty haunting closer. Maybe not as much compared to Strangers, but that's kind of different. I feel like you can't compare that as much. But yeah, this project was really good. This EP, and there was no filler. Every second of it is intentional in typical Ethel Cain fashion. But yeah, if you guys made it this far into the reaction, I appreciate you guys for being here. And my Twitch chatters for being here. Thank you guys for being here, watching this whole thing with me, listening to this whole thing with me. And yeah, I know this wasn't a light listen. But I feel like that's what kind of makes it special in a way as well. But yeah. Anyways, drop your guys' favorite track. I'm intrigued because there's a lot of them. I mean, I could see every single one of them being, you know, everyone's favorite. A favorite. I don't feel like there was one that really stood out up in a way better than one another. So let me know what you guys think. Genuinely, I'm intrigued to see. But I think mine was Unpunishable. But yeah, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Ethel Cain. But also, guys, please do like, comment, and subscribe, and drop some more recommendations, especially regarding Ethel Cain. I'm coming to an end on her discography. There's not much left. But yeah. I think I need a minute, though, to just sit here and stare at a wall in silence and let this one settle on me. But anyways, guys, thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Doses. Doses. Doses.